All right, hey, Georgia Sean and Swedish Joe here, drinking beers from Reformation. Today we're going to go through a series. We're going to start with the Hattie, the Belgian style wit. We're going to move into Cadence, a Belgian style ale. Over to Jude, a Belgian style triple. Then we're going to go to Oren, an IPA. Nolan, the Wanderer IPA. Stark, a toasted porter. And we're going to end on Scout, the Storyteller, a festive stout. So, as you would say, let's get this show on the road.
Yes.
Sourness. A funky kind of sour.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
it's quite in your face.
Yeah. The yeast is coming in, you know, again. And it's carbonated. It's very carbonated.
Oh, yes. Very bubbly.
It's actually kind of pleasant.
Kind of. I thought this was... this is pineapple juice almost.
It's interesting because again the sour funky smell.
Yeah, but
sort of told me, I don't know if I want to like this. It's kind of like that, you know. Again, being homebrewers, that yeast off the top of it when you smell during fermentation. Sometimes it's for you, and sometimes it's just a little too much. But the beer doesn't come across that funky. It comes across very easy. A little bit of interesting flavor that kind of hangs around your mouth.
Yeah.
It's just interesting enough to want me to have another drink, but not very heavy or strong that I really feel like I'm getting hit with something. As it calls me back. Yeah, a little bit of, a little citrusy, that kind of citrus fruit, but again,
I'm more like pineapple.
I'm thinking maybe
Because there is
grapefruit.
a sweet, yeah, that too actually.
Well, interesting.
Yeah,
Definitely drinkable, and
For
definitely
sure.
something I would drink if that was the only option there. I wouldn't not drink.
yeah, wouldn't hesitate one bit. Cheers.
All right, and now we'll move on to the Cadence, the Belgian style ale.
It's very dark. It's almost like Coke.
Yeah, it's a Coca-Cola color. You're absolutely
is.
right. I don't know why we don't use things like that more in beer tasting and beer references, because it's a very descriptor. This looks like
And
a
everybody
Coca-Cola.
knows what that looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A little bit of yeast,
Yeah. That's almost the only thing I get from it.
a hint of malt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see? The malt.
yeah. There's some malt in here. There is no real hop presence. Slight bitterness, but I think it's from the malt. A little bit of sourness on the way in, but the finish is clean.
Do you feel any sourness on this?
A little sourness right on the way in.
Well, it has clean taste, I think. It is what it is.
Yes.
Dot. Full stop.
So now we'll move on to our Jude. It's a Belgian style triple.
That should be interesting. This is nice golden beer. Tiny little crown, but
Yeah, but it's clear.
it is.
Very
Really.
clear.
Not much carbonation.
I mean, there must be some though.
What do you see?
Yeah. Again, those esters are coming out from the yeast. That yeast kind of fermentation aroma. But that makes sense because again, this is a Belgian style triple with probably a wilder yeast, not a true wild yeast, I'm sure, but I don't know much about the beer itself.
Half time.
But somewhat it's half tank. It is a mix of sour, sweet, some. Is that like a bubblegum flavor? Maybe. But it's
somewhere along the way it actually is.
Yeah.
Sweet, bubblegum feeling.
Yeah.
Actually.
But I'm not saying I'm enjoying it because
I think it's a bit too sweet for my taste.
yeah, it's a little sweet. But again, the sour I think was meant to maybe balance it. Maybe it,
But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Not at all.
Well, we'll get through it and then move on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to move on to the Oren. It's an IPA.
It's quite funny because in Swedish, Orien is dirty.
Well, I guess we'll find out how dirty this IPA is.
Doesn't look that dirty to me.
No?
It's a bit amber.
Not.
Yeah.
It's a little hazy.
Yeah,
hazy.
A little bit of haziness.
And there is some sediment in there too.
Oh, unfiltered.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is where we're getting back to a more traditional IPA.
For sure.
So it's like an orangey with some soapiness. I mean, the aroma hitting right in the beginning is again that kind of slight citrus, a little bit of that soapiness. The flavor follows through with the same thing,
Yeah,
like an orange flavor. So the citrus is leaning more to the orange. Definitely, again, the bitterness is light.
Yeah, but it's still there.
It's a crisp bitterness.
Yeah.
It's clean. I mean, it doesn't hang around a long time.
I kind of like it.
I do like it too.
It's honest IPA.
Honest IPA, and you know what's nice also? I mean, it just seems like something you could sit and drink for a while. It's not overwhelming in any direction. I'm not trying to understate the flavors. There's some very, again, solid, distinct orange and soapy flavors. But it just doesn't beat you to death with any of them. So I'm a fan. I like this. Oren, I'm going to go
Oren
with,
is good.
your,
It wasn't dirty.
with
It
your
was
Swedish dirty IPA.
Yeah.
And now we'll move on to the Nolan, the Wanderer IPA.
Let's see where it goes. This is funny. This looks like a Pilsner to me, color-wise and foam-wise.
Right? I mean, it's a little cloudy, not
Yeah,
easy.
a little cloudy, but not much.
Lots ahead. But yeah.
Yeah, you have the right aroma anyway.
It's got some bite to it.
Little.
And a little sour. Little, maybe, is that grapefruit maybe? As you can tell, this is a difficult one to put our finger on, the flavors. So I
almost feel a little bit of the alcohol.
yeah, there's some
The
alcohol.
taste, you see?
It's 7.2%.
Yeah, and I can actually taste a little bit of the sweetness of the alcohol.
And then there's a sourness, there's a little bite there.
You're right with the grapefruit. It comes
great
very
for-
late, but it comes.
This doesn't taste like an IPA to me.
Not at all.
It's funny because the aroma had a very kind of
It was so
IPA.
typical. Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like an IPA.
No, it doesn't look like one either.
Yeah. It's kind of a mix between maybe let's call it a Belgian and a Pilsner.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
I
a
get.
good definition. I think.
Yeah.
I like that.
I would definitely not call this an IPA.
No.
I can only imagine it's defined as an IPA because they used probably a lot of hops during production and said, oh, it's an IPA. And they made it in a pale ale style. But there's nothing about this that really says to me IPA.
Except the aroma.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Again.
that one is totally on it.
So, in comparison to the Oran we just had, there's no comparison. The Oran is the winner.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we'll move on to the Stark Toasted Porter. Now, we were commenting that the Stark is a Swedish word for strong, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, Stark Öl is strong beer. But this is not a very strong beer. So, I find it fascinating.
But it is almost black. So it's definitely porter.
It is dark. And,
Yeah.
But what's interesting is it has an off-white head. It's not a tan or brown like our prairies have been brown.
Oh yeah. But it's off-white. It's beige.
But it has a nice roasty.
Yeah.
You know, very typical porter, very roasty. It is a light roasty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's roastiness, but it is not a heavy roastiness.
No.
I
I have the coffee tones in it, but it's not espresso.
No, it's definitely not espresso. It's a lighter coffee kind of taste. You know, this is a very mild roastiness, which is kind of nice.
It actually is. I mean, it's not in your face as some porters can be.
Yeah. I'm searching for the toasty part because they say it's a toasted porter, and so I'm saying, where is this toasty kind of flavoring? And I can't say it's there. In fact, it's almost a light porter.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm bothered by it. It's a nice beer.
It's a nice beer. It's very easy to drink it because it's
Absolutely.
smooth.
It's nice. But it's not.
It's a kind beer.
It's very kind.
Yeah.
And it's not as stark as I'd like it to be.
No, it's not. Lying.
What's the Swedish word for mild?
Exactly the same. Mild.
Mild.
Yeah.
Reformation? Mild?
Yeah, we have to rename it.
Alright, and now we're going to move on to the Scout Storyteller Festive Stout.
Oh, this is nice, dark.
Very nice. Very nice
Very.
color. Dark. Tan head for me.
Yeah.
Very beautiful beer.
Oh, it's
Oh.
very complex.
I
Mostly
can-
chocolate for me.
Chocolate. I can smell a little bit of that vanilla and cinnamon.
Yeah.
No surprise with this festive stout, but
I think this is gonna be a good one. Try it. Cheers, man.
yep, definitely has the taste. Definitely has that chocolatey, cinnamony, vanilla taste that we're expecting.
And a clean variety of all those ingredients because you can really taste them I have the chocolate, I have the vanilla, and a bit of the cinnamon in the end.
Yes,
That's
correct.
the way it is for me.
It's a clean one.
Yeah.
I mean, just very clean.
It's a winner.
It tastes like just a delicious cookie.
Mm.
It is, again, you get that chocolate, you get that cinnamon and vanilla in there. It just tastes like you're doing a cookie. And I mean, I think you would put this as a dessert beer.
Absolutely.
One of your favorite kind of references. And I agree. This is a moment where dessert beer.
After beer, sitting back,
Yeah.
right?
Ending the lineup. And so I will say Reformation has been a good brewery for us. There's been a few here that we weren't super hot about, but there have been several really good beers.
Yeah, and they all quality beers. I must say that too. And I'm so glad we ended up with these two. It's so good.
I agree. The rainbow of beers here. Good job, Reformation, across the board.
Yeah.
As I said, as a brewery, you have definitely shown your skill. So I'll say, if you like Reformation, give us some comments. If you don't like Reformation, give us some comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing here. And if you want to hang out with the Fat Guys, subscribe.
Yeah.
We're here drinking beer for you. So, cheers.
See you.